am so excited to have you, the one and only Jamari. Well, first off, I want to say this gentleman has done multiple deals. I mean, how many deals do you think you've done?
At least, I think I'm up to like 15, 16 now.
You know, a lot of people are sitting, you know, maybe where you were back then. Obviously, you're doing a little better financially now, which is great. But when someone's at that very inception, right? I think in your mind, it was done deal, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like it was a done deal for you. How did you get from, I know about this strategy to it's a done deal?
Well, when you see something that resonates with you, and you see you see people who are successful, once you get it in your mind, this is what you want to do. You just have to commit and don't look back. You know, Pete always says, once you you know it in your gut, you know this, you know this, you know. You just got to take action, and you know, and associate with those people, and just and gravitate towards those people as much as you can, and just keep going. You know.
Well, here's another question, because I know people struggle with this, whether they're in partner driven or not. And we want everybody to be successful, whether they're with partner driven, right? There's people sitting here watching this right now that are like, they haven't done their first deal and they're on the verge of giving up. What's your advice to that person?
My advice is, I know you're out there. Don't beat yourself up, because everybody goes through this when they're learning something. The next step is, now that you've gathered the information, align yourself with somebody who is in a much more successful position, that's doing exactly what you want to do, and let them guide you. You know, that's what got me to the next level with partner driven. And what got me to get my first deal was Julie, Pete, and the family. They guided me, you know, and that's what was missing. It what got me to the next step. That's what I would recommend for anybody.
So somebody, you know, let's say gets a mentor, you know, and it's one thing to be taught how to do something. It's another thing to have the gumption not to give up.
Right.
I want you to go back to that moment, because a lot of people are sitting here. It's not the information, it's the fight in themselves. I want you to look and talk to this person that's on the verge of giving up. They know that they're worth it, right? They have a family that supports them. They want better for themselves. They want better for their family. How do you not give up?
Well, I know there's something in your life. There's a relative, there's a friend, there's something that will motivate you, and you have to find that and ask yourself, why are you doing this? You know, what is your main goal? Do you want a better life for yourself? Do you want a better life for your family? Is it just not to going back to a job and not having to be in that rat race anymore, like I was? But you just got to find something that drives you. And once you do that, align yourself with people who also know their whys. And that's the biggest difference. That's the biggest thing, you know. So find out why you're doing it, and how this would, and get into that feeling of how it would feel just to be in a better position than you are now, you know, and hold on to that. And every time you take action, think about that feeling, how much better it will feel for you to be in a better position, you know, and just keep going, and hold, and keep you around the right people. Don't let negativity invade you, you know. Stay around the right people and hold that vision.
So let me ask you a question. Are you full-time in real estate right now?
I'm full time, thankfully.
Yeah, congratulations. Tell me, what did that feel like? Well, what did you do before? Let's start there. So what were you doing to make an income for yourself, to feed yourself, to pay car insurance, all the whole 9 yards? What were you doing before this?
I was full-time Uber Eats. I was driving for dollars while I was driving for dollars.
When you didn't have to go to that app anymore on Uber Eats and wait for the next one and pick out which one's going to give me the best tip, how far is this ride, which is the most efficient, what did it feel like the day that you deleted that app off your phone?
Man, it was just, I was like, wow, I really have this time freedom. I can work on my own schedule now. I don't have to keep picking up this food and, you know, having to deliver it, and then have people look at me crazy sometimes when I'm delivering late, even though it's not my fault. You know what I mean? I have time freedom now. It's just the freedom that I have with that. Is just, there's no words to explain how good it felt to have that freedom.
How does it feel, though, to be full-time in this business? When somebody asks you what you do now, what do you say?
I solve people's problems that just happen to be related to houses, you know, and I beautified the neighborhood one house at a time by solving people's problems, you know, and I'm a connector. I connect people who who will need or solve a problem by selling a house with somebody who needs to buy the house to create, to fix it up and refresh and put it back on the market so that a family out there could realize the dream of affordable housing, and it's everything all a part in that chain. It all starts with me, you know what I mean? So that's what I do. I'm a connector and a problem solver.
I mean, I love it. And by the way, Jamari lives in Atlanta. I'd say you pretty much love everybody and everything in Atlanta, huh?
I love it. Yeah, I'm thankful for where I grew up in Clayton County, Georgia, and everything in Atlanta. Dawsonville, I just found Dawsonville. This is a great area up here.
Yeah, he's gonna move up here close to me. I'm just kidding. I love this part about and guys, a true investor did not call himself an investor. He called himself a problem solver. In real estate, right, we're looking for motivated sellers, right? And some of them, need their problem solved. Actually, all of them. I would say one of the most shortcomings of this business is people think about the money first. How many times would you say you've helped somebody out of their problem when it didn't even benefit you?
Oh, so many times. Like just recently in Clayton County, I helped a lady avoid foreclosure, didn't make any money off of it, just walked away and, just let her, and she helped her keep the house. How crazy does that sound? Help her keep the house. But it's just about solving people's problems in one way or another. Sometimes I make money off it, sometimes I don't. But you just have to know that when you do things like that for people, the energy you put out always comes back.
So why in the world, like you're obviously here to make money, right? You're not doing Uber Eats anymore,
Right.
so you got to have money coming in from somewhere. Why did you decide to help save her house? So by the way, just so people don't know, she's in pre-foreclosure, so that means she's been served a notice of lis pendens, basically a lawsuit stating that she's not paying her mortgage. So her property was up for auction. So you're telling me that you went there, you found her on a list, you went door knocking, what have you. You went there, and next thing you know, you got her to save her house, and you didn't benefit from it at all. Why did you do that?
It was just the right thing to do, and I believe I'm on a mission now to get the banks off of people's backs one way or another. And, this house that I'm working on now, that was a pre-foreclosure that we bought, and I'll make money off that. But sometimes it's best to let them, keep the house. And I know I'm one of the crazies when I say that, but I do believe in solving people's problems, and sometimes the best way to solve them is let them keep the house. So that's why I did it. And it's crazy whenever I do something like that, it always comes back around some type of way. People call me out of nowhere saying they want to sell their house, or I meet another lady who's in foreclosure that says she wants to move forward. It's like it always happens like that. That's why I understand the spirit of giving. I read the book The Go-Giver and giving back, and it always comes back in some type of way.
Absolutely. Blessings beseech blessings, right?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Well, Jamari, I've really, really enjoyed having you on this show. And like, if this is the only video they ever see of you, by the way, he is all over TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. Look him up, Jamari Sproul. I want you to give that one piece of advice for someone that's just getting started. I know you've talked about so much, but if you had the opportunity to say one thing to somebody that's sitting there in that same position that you were, what's the one piece of advice about this business or about getting your first deal or your second deal that you would like to give someone?
I'll say that it's a demanding process. It's a challenging process. It's not easy, but if you can stick it out and you don't give up and you just stick to doing the same consistent thing, sticks to the basics and do that over and over again consistently, it will be so worth it. It will be so worth it. Not just for you, but the people in your lives as well. So don't give up. I know it's very basic, but just don't give up and keep at it.
That is awesome advice. Thank you so much, Jamari, for being here. I'm glad we got to spend today together.
Thanks for having me.
Many, many years to come with many, many deals, but thank you so much.
Thank you.